Hi everyone, happy full moon. It's the last full moon of the year. The full moon is in Cancer and it's exalted in Cancer, meaning that this is where it likes to be. This is where it's most powerful and probably the full moon that you'll feel the most this year. A lot of things are coming to a close. A lot of things are beginning. I channeled some messages here before we began, and they are just stunningly beautiful messages. So I'm going to share these and then we're going to get into a reading. I made this little spread over here for this particular full moon using some gorgeous decks. I'm really excited to see what comes through for you. So let's get into it. So the messages I received are: we are seeking depth and we are done with surface level connections, surface level knowledge, surface level activities. We are just done with it. We're ready to go deep into the waters of the intuitive, of the psychic conscious state of connection with one another. We're ready for it. 111 on the clock. The next message I got is that we are craving connection. And I felt like this connection is, yes, with one another, and maybe even in a romantic sense for some, but more so that we are craving a deeper connection with life, with the cosmos, with nature, with animals, with ourselves, with our body, with the day-to-day. And we can build that connection that we're craving by breaking any chains, old thought forms, old beliefs that are holding us back, telling us that we aren't worthy or we aren't good enough or that love doesn't exist for us. That is all bondage mentality that we are breaking free from, or we have the power to. The next message I got is that it's time to allow for growth and spiritual nourishment, which requires the banishment of expectation and comparison. So most of us here are on a path where we're doing shadow work and we're trying to become more conscious of our limitations, including our fears. And one of those fears Spirit wants us to work on is having to live up to other people's expectations, whether that's at work, in love, family, even your own matrix self-imposed expectations should be banished as we move into the new year and begin a whole new cycle of moons. This is the 13th moon of the year, by the way. What a big year. And it's been a strange kind of year, hasn't it? Haven't you felt like this strange energy all year? We're not quite there. We're not quite here. We're not back there. We're just kind of in this transition energy. And that's because we're moving through a lot of stagnant energies. We're breaking up these kinds of dense formations from the past that have just been holding us back. So no comparison either. There's no point in that. We are each our own souls and we are meant to grow into who we truly are and nobody else. So that's going to be one that we're going to have to work on, I feel like, coming into the new year. The other message I got, the fourth message. Oh, how many messages was this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The number 8 could be significant. Maybe something about your 8th house is important. Scorpio energy. Also, the 8 is the infinity loop, the lemniscat. So this is about coming here and then going there and going back again. Yes, this is what this year's been about. We're just kind of moving, flowing through, breaking up this energy. So the fourth message is that we are standing at the crossroads with confidence and excitement. So big changes up ahead, maybe even right now in your life. And it's important that you stand tall at those crossroads. Don't be fearful, even if you can't see where the road goes, where it's leading you. Embark with fearlessness because you have done so much work that you deserve to trust yourself. The next one is that we're completing shadow contracts. So these are past relationships, whether work, family, love, friends, whoever, neighbors, whatever it is, those shadow contracts are complete. And originally I had written down releasing, but Spirit corrected me and said it's not that we're releasing them. we've completed them. We've actually fulfilled the shadow contract, meaning that we've come into contact with someone or a situation that taught us more about the shadow realms, including our own shadow. And we successfully completed that contract. The next message I have, the sixth one, is we are learning a new language from which to speak, think, and feel. So this is a language of the soul. It's the language of the heart. Language can be very binding. It can limit the way that we understand reality to work because we understand it through these very stagnant structures of language, or words that are so steeped in meaning, collective meaning. Interesting. Okay, so we're learning some kind of new language. Now maybe this is literally 555 right there. Change in language, change in how we communicate. And this will allow us to think and feel differently, as well as to speak differently. This is a real Queen of Swords activation, I believe. The seventh message, we are going to find the softness in the bold. So being bold, being brave, having courage, strength card, the number 8, yes. Having that boldness and courage is going to allow us to tap deeper into that softness that exists within, that feeling of calm, peace, stillness, joy, and happiness. So please don't think that those two things are in opposition, bravery and vulnerability, or softness and boldness. They're the 8, right? They move together. They sync up together. They fuel and feed into one another. And the last message is that we're going to feel the magic that resides within in a big way. So signs, synchronicities are going to be increasing, downloads, dreams that are just vivid and maybe prophetic for some of you. But we're going to feel that magic manifest in the outward reality. So you might be seeing things as you're walking or driving, or songs will start playing, or random weird little things are going to happen, and it's going to be a manifestation of your own inner magic. So let's get into the reading, collective. The spread I have here is we're going to look at the energies of the full moon. We're going to look at how you're orienting to those energies, an accomplishment that you've completed that you need to acknowledge, a fear to let go of, the magic inside that wants to be seen, someone to watch out for, what's ending, and what's beginning. So I'm going to pull out one of these cards from Kim Cran's Alchemy deck. Oh, I should have got the book. Let me just grab the book because I'm going to read this at the end of our reading together. Okay. So I'll put it face down, and it will be a surprise for us to see what it says. Perhaps it will tie the reading up. Let's see, spirit guides. A few fell out, and Spirit says, take one of these from the top. Okay. And I want to pull out one of these cards from the Rebel Oracles deck. So let's see, Spirit, what do you want to say from this beautiful deck? Is there a message here for us? I'm hearing Monty or Morty or Martha or something like that. M-O-R. Maybe it's Morte, like death. Okay, let's see. Is there a message here, Spirit? Trust yourself. Yeah, you deserve to trust yourself. You have a lot of guides around you for sure. I feel like for some of you, you're going to have deeper bonds with animals coming up, or just nature in general. That's going to be very important here for gaining access to deeper wisdom. We also have shock of the new. I told you, so many new things coming up. There's a crossroads. And I'm using this tarot here called the Circle of Doors. And I do feel like we are going to be standing at some kind of circle of doors. Look how beautiful that is. So many choices coming up here. And maybe this is going to shock you a little bit because it feels so fresh and so new what's behind each door. And there will be an opportunity to choose more than one door. Okay, maybe so different careers, or I don't know, different places you're going to visit, whatever it is for you. And then we have the Sacred Fool. Just cover her up here. Embracing the new, taking charge of your future. For some of you, you're coming out of a time where you felt like you were being pulled by someone else's hand, like a puppet on strings. And this is what you're breaking. This is what you're cutting. You're cutting cords. And this doesn't just have to be with people. This could be with all sorts of things. Things that were making you move and dance, metaphorically, in a certain way to their liking. And this is no more. Okay, you're taking charge here for those that resonates with. Okay, so let's get into the tarot. I just realized we have another 8 here, along with the 8 messages. We have 8 placements with this spread. Let's see. Three more, Spirit. Spirit is saying to take something with your own hand. Okay, I feel like this is make your own decisions here. Don't let anyone else decide things for you. And sometimes we're like, well, I'm not letting anyone decide anything for me. But then it actually happens, and it happens subtly. Let's say we don't really want to go somewhere, but we're like, it's really going to be good for that person if I go there. Well, that's letting somebody else, decide things for you. Interesting. So make your own decisions, but it's like take something with your own hand. Don't let someone else take something for you. I'm not sure what that means for everyone, but there's something about getting an honest deal if you take it with your own hand. Maybe that will make sense to you over time. Okay, I'll put them face down so we'll see it together. Let's see, I'm really curious. What are the energies of this full moon, Spirit? We have death, the 8th house, and number 13. 13 moons and the number 8. Okay. Death, massive transition, transformation. Also, I'm hearing for some of you, you've had some kind of brutal endings as well. But I feel like this is that breaking up of the energy that we've been working through, right? So when we think about death, we often say transformation, transition, but it's like, how does that even happen? Well, it requires ending something, but it's not like an end and then a beginning. It's not so black and white like that, at least not in this reading. Spirit is saying that we've been ending something by going back and breaking things up, and then going forward, and then going back and addressing something else, and then moving forward. So we've really felt the intensity of the process of transformation this year. And so this full moon is the end of that process. Finally. And this came up in another reading. I can't remember what reading now, but I saw those eyes on the hands. And a lot of you wrote in the comments what that means. I think there were different ideas about it, but perhaps that's significant for you. With your own hand, right? Like choose by your own hand, your own sight. Maybe this is like you're a reader, I don't know, but something about your hands are really significant here. I also feel like some of you could be receiving Reiki healing or practicing Reiki in some way. Maybe it would help you to visualize eyes, like the all-seeing eye, the third eye in the hand. Okay, healing energy. I think I'm going to try to study some Reiki. I haven't tried that before. I've Reiki'd Pixel a couple times, but you know, I haven't ever really been trained on Reiki. Just felt like, hey, I could do it. So maybe I'll get into that this year. Let me know if you're a Reiki healer. Okay, so let's see. Your orientation to the energies of the full moon. Yeah, Mother of Swords. I'm telling you. Crone of Knives, the Scholar. This is you learning. I'm hearing mother and father. Oh, maybe the crone is actually the king in this deck. It might be. Might be. So you are bringing together the masculine and feminine energies of air to really solidify your knowledge about a certain situation that you've been moving through. Some of you are actually learning something new, since I just finished talking about that as well. Okay, you are going to be taking this energy of a transformation, of an ending of a cycle, and doing something with that knowledge, that information that you've gained. You're going to be learning some deeper wisdoms and truths here. If you've been thinking about studying something or going back to school, this is a good idea at this time. But for most of you, you're reorienting yourself here on your path. Okay, that feeling of not really sure where to go next, you can eliminate that with this full moon's energy. You can decide what you want to do. The year 2009 might be important. Also, your ascendant sign could be very significant for you to pay attention to this year. Maybe watch readings for your ascendant. Okay. You could be teaching others as well. Studying the deeper meaning of something, even if this is related to a relationship here. I'm seeing something that says Radcliffe Hall. So maybe there's something about education. There's also some of you are going to be getting into astrology. This is a good time to study astrology, to bring it into your practice or into your life. If you are interested in astrology, I highly recommend paying attention to synastry, okay, with others' charts, and looking at the activations that may happen in your relationships to other people. Okay, so what's an accomplishment you can acknowledge or that you need to acknowledge? We have the Seven of Shells with patience. Some of you have an important talisman, an amulet, or a charm that you wear. Maybe it's a necklace or a ring or a bracelet or something you hold in your hand or keep in your pocket. This is going to be charged with new energy. Interesting message. Okay, that's going to be charged with new energy, and I feel really guided to hold this amethyst. Maybe this is an amethyst or something purple even. The color purple is very important for you also at this time. What does this say on here? I'm hearing L and S. There's something you're going to be celebrating. A move. Some of you are going to be celebrating a move. Okay, some of you, it's like a move up in your position. And for others of you, it's like an actual move somewhere. Or somebody else is moving, and that's going to make you really happy. I'm also seeing something about FedEx here. It doesn't say it on the card, but that's what I'm gleaning from what I'm seeing. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So what you need to be proud of is how much patience you've had with yourself, with your path, with your journey. Patience truly is a virtue. Okay. We live in a world where we want immediate gratification, and oftentimes it's given to us in this world. But sometimes when we get immediate gratification, the feelings of joy that we receive from being gratified are so short-lived, and we're on to the next thing. So it's really important to honor patience as a heightened state of consciousness. Because when you have patience, you also have faith. You have faith that things are going to unfold in the way that they naturally should. Some of you might be trying to conceive, and I feel like this is going to happen, and you've been very patient with that. There's also something coming up about teeth. Something about teeth, a wisdom tooth. Maybe you want to look at that symbolically, something about a wisdom tooth. Some of you have been having like back or spinal issues. There's something here that I feel like it's mostly spinal issues. There's something that's straightening itself out in some way. There's a lot of specific little messages coming through. There's also pearls could be significant, and acorns. Some of you might actually have a memory of an acorn, like maybe it dropped on your head. I'm hearing the sky is falling. Yeah, maybe this is symbolic here. An acorn fell on your head symbolically. You thought the sky was falling, but really Spirit was giving you a seed to plant into a beautiful oak tree that would grow through the test of time. Amazing. So please honor your patience. And have more patience with yourself, okay, as you transform, as you change, as you move into this new year. And try to exercise some patience with others. There's no need to rush. Everything in divine timing, your timing. Okay, a fear to let go of. We have the Crone of Cups. So I think the Crones are... Yeah, I think mothers are the queens. So the crones must be the kings here. It's a feminine-centric deck, obviously. So maybe there's something about feminine energy, which Cancer is, and the moon. So it makes sense. Crone of Cups, King of Cups. It says the healer. So there could be a fear that you have around a particular water sign or someone who embodies King of Cup energy. Or it could be a fear that you're not healed, you won't heal, that something won't get better, that there's going to be a reintroduction of harm and despair into your life. This is a fear you need to let go of. Some of you are able to heal others, but you have a hard time working through your own pain and wounds. Maybe this has something to do with you working from your Chiron. Okay, because Chiron represents, it's an asteroid, and it represents the wounded healer. And some people say that Chiron, your Chiron energy, wherever it is in your chart, is your biggest strength in terms of how you can help others transmute energy, but you can never really heal that wound for yourself. I don't believe that. I have no basis for that, but other than what I just intuitively feel, I don't believe that. Okay? I feel like as you heal others through that Chiron wound, you heal yourself. And you can only heal yourself if you help heal others through when we're talking about Chiron. So maybe you have Chiron in Cancer, or Chiron in Taurus, or Chiron in Aries, wherever it is for you. If you know about that in your chart, have a look, see what's going on there. My Chiron is actually in the 8th house. All right. So a fear to let go of is that you won't heal, or that you have healed, but you're not going anywhere now. Let go of that thought. Have faith. Trust yourself. Shock of the new. I feel like I want a little bit more on the shock of the new, Spirit. Can you tell me what the shock of the new is? Childhood. Maybe this is what's new. You're healing something from your childhood. Or you're seeing your childhood from a new perspective that helps heal you. Okay, I don't want to push that too much because I feel like Spirit's like, get back on track. All right. So the magic inside of you that wants to be seen. Mother of Knives. Here's the Queen of Swords. I knew we were going to have Queen and King of Swords. Yeah. The air energy here is strong. And air is not just mental fortitude and agility and the ability to articulate and communicate clearly and with honesty, but air also represents the ethers, the unseen energy that we need to exist, that we have to breathe in. I'm hearing and breathe out. I'm hearing that song by Bush. I think it's The Chemicals Between Us. Interesting. Okay, Mother of Knives, and it says protector here. The magic inside you that wants to be seen is that you, your magic, your ability to manifest, to alchemize, to transmute, to make things happen, to talk to spirit, to receive downloads, all of that stuff. It comes through truth and honesty. If you can avoid lying, even small lies, even the lies, like, I don't really want to go there, but I'm just going to go there and say I want to go there, that kind of thing. If you can avoid that, do it. Okay? Because the more that you are confident in your truth, whatever that means for you, the more access to your magic you will have. You also know very clearly how to protect yourself. Now, you may question at times whether you need to protect yourself, maybe from someone or something, but you know how to do it. And so when you get those vibrations, I'm hearing, of protective energy, you feel that vibration, I need to protect myself here, mentally, physically, whatever it is, energetically, do it. Don't second guess that feeling that comes up. A lot of you can protect yourself energetically quite easily. Okay? For all of us, we can protect our energies, but for some, it's easier than others. And the reason why it's easier for some people to protect themselves energetically, is because they have faith in their own powers. Okay, so if you feel like someone's trying to send you negative energy or do you harm, just know through and through that it can't touch you. You are protected and you are a protector. You protect your mind and you protect the energy around you. There is something very strongly coming up about children or childhood here. Perhaps you'll be protecting your inner child this full moon, or you'll be protecting someone's child. This is also a gift, an ability that you have. Okay, you're a warrior. Speaking your truth, though, is really your true magic. And I know speaking your truth kind of is like a catchphrase, maybe a little bit. So really think about, what does that actually mean to speak your truth? Sometimes we study a lot, or we learn a lot, or we hear things from other people, and we parrot what we learn. We just repeat other people's teachings without really thinking and feeling like, does this actually resonate with my soul? What they're saying sounds really smart and interesting, but does it actually align with my truth? Some of you might find that some of the things that you subscribe to, or some of the things that you admire about someone's intellect or wisdom, might not actually resonate with your own truth. And that's okay. It doesn't mean that person's being deceptive. It just means your truth is different. What you know to be true is different than somebody else. okay? And it's important that you step into that power that you have. It's interesting. I'm seeing some visual of a web here. Yeah, it's like we all have different pathways to the center. Okay, so someone to watch out for. We have the Five of Pentacles with hunger. Somebody who is experiencing hardship. Okay, maybe is destitute in some sense. The reason why you need to watch out for this person or this energy is because, well, they're hungry for your energy, or they're hungry for something you have. And I feel like this person's hunger is kind of insatiable. They might take more than what they should. They could eat you out of house and home, metaphorically. Okay. So it's okay to help others in need, for sure, but we have to make sure that we don't put ourselves out in the process. So Spirit just wants you to look out for that. Also, be careful of the financial decisions that you're making, the deals that you get involved with. They should be mutually beneficial. Okay, there should be a clear path forward as well. Queen of Swords energy. Queen and King of Swords for you on this full moon. That's the energy you're channeling, but also maybe challenging too. Is another person meeting me with that equal integrity that the Queen and King of Swords represent? And if not, then maybe I don't do the tango with this person. Okay, let's see what's ending. We have the Maiden of Shells, which is the Page of Pentacles with Liberator. Well, this is you liberating yourself from a past cycle. That's what's ending. You no longer have to be in that, I'm hearing, fight or flight mode. It's over now. You're already liberated. I'm hearing concentric circles as I see these circles. Interesting. Maybe you've been going around and around with someone, okay, trying to liberate yourself from that. That's what's ending. And finally, let's see what's beginning. Ecstasy with the Ace of Cups. Having your cup filled. New love, new light, new energy, new creativity, ecstasy, bliss, feeling nourished, feeling supported. Depth here, connection, growth, spiritual nourishment. Learning a new language from which to speak, think, and feel. Finding the softness in the bold. It's all right here in this card. You're putting out your hand to receive, collective. It's beautiful. Let's see the final card here that we pulled from Kim Krantz' deck. Antimony. We're going to have a look at this. Let's see the white wolf. That might be a symbol for you. Something to meditate on. The white wolf. Let's see. Antimony. $27. Wildness, fierceness, hunger. Hunger. Someone you need to watch out for. It could be an aspect of yourself as well. In medieval times, antimony became known as the gray wolf of alchemy. This was due to the unpredictable qualities of the wolf and its ability to eat away at materials in the laboratory. Gold is one of the few materials to withstand contact with it. For these reasons, this card must be read with delicacy. On one hand, it represents the wild and free spirit that longs to express itself in the world. On the other hand, it represents a fierceness that can turn destructive or corrosive at the drop of a hat. This message here is clear. Channel the gray wolf's energy toward creativity. So you have a lot of power coming up this year or this full moon. And it's really going to be important that you stay conscious of where you are challenging, again, wants to come through, challenging or channeling this energy. Perhaps some of you will want to challenge someone. And Spirit wants you to channel rather than to challenge. Interesting. Challenge is the next word. Challenge it to come out from the shadows and express itself. Maybe you don't want to challenge it, but channel it. Is there a difference there? Seems slight. Interesting. Embark on the creative project or adventure that's calling you, rather than focusing on why you can't. Once you begin, don't quit. The gray wolf responds to respect, not repression. Read Women Who Run with the Wolves by Clarissa Pinkola Estes, one of my favorite books of all time, Women Who Run with the Wolves. Another interpretation of this material is that something is eating away or wearing away at the situation or person. Let this possibility open to deeper revelation. Yeah, I feel like the person you should watch out for, it's like something's eating away at them. Okay? Yeah, and they're going to eat you out of house and home. Maybe the big bad wolf, right? Not the gray wolf that you are. Beautiful reading, collective. I really hope that this helped and gave you the support and guidance that you seek. I love you so much. Happy 13th moon, and I'll see you in the new year.